Complications rise and fall unless we go full blast. Under feet we lack another round to attack. Somewhere where I can be free, someplace to put my path on track. There's space, come follow me. Someplace I want to be. Somewhere exceeding all my need. Somewhere, someplace I want to be. Someplace I want to be. Someplace I want to be. We can take our time, but don't go wasting my life. I'm sure we'll get there fast. Body just wants to feel alive. A new world filled with life, exceeding all my needs. Somewhere, someplace I want to be. Someplace I want to be. There's space, come follow me. Someplace I want to be. Somewhere exceeding all my needs. Somewhere, someplace I want to be. Someplace I want to be. Somewhere, someplace I want to be. Someplace I want to be. Somewhere, someplace I want to be.
And we met in Puerto Rico and you swept me off my feet. That tequila and the titos got me feeling so tipsy. But you're stroking on my ego when you say that you want me. Moving slowly, despacito, move it slowly into me. And you try to make me jealous, it's a bridge how you gon' burn. No one like me can't compare it, I'ma throw it to the curb. Flying high with no propellers, now it's none of my concern. I'ma do me, keep my head up, cause I know that you'll return. I see it and I got it, I know just what I want, so better know you ain't gon' stop me. But I'll be acting modest, I'm the baddest one alive, and nobody could ever top it. I see it and I got it, I know just what I want, so better know you ain't gon' stop me. But I'll be acting modest, I'm the baddest one alive, and nobody could ever top it. I see it and I got it, I know just what I want, so better know you ain't gon' stop me. But I'll be acting modest, I'm the baddest one alive, and nobody could ever top it. You try to make me jealous, it's a bridge how you gon' burn. No one like me can't compare it, I'ma throw it to the curb. Flying high with no propellers, now it's none of my concern. I'ma do me, keep my head up, cause I know that you'll return. You try to make me jealous, it's a bridge how you gon' burn. No one like me can't compare it, I'ma throw it to the curb. Flying high with no propellers, now it's none of my concern.
Hello, hello. Good evening. There we go. Alright, so tonight, Hungaroring night race. Something we haven't done before, I don't think. And it is very, very dark. Currently still in free practice. Qualifying should start in like 3-ish minutes. There you go, there's your game sound. The lovely Castrol Edge R8. Very nice. Quasi currently in 13th place. It does seem very dark. Somebody in the Discord said, "Why is it so dark? I can't see anything." Well, maybe you should turn on your, you know, your headlights. That might be a good idea. I don't know. They're in the pits right now. A cool detail that I saw on most cars was really interesting is that the exhaust actually, as you can see on the Porsche really clearly here, it becomes red glowing hot. Whereas with the car in the pit lane, see, it's not red. But if we then take the Ferrari that's on track, you can see that the exhaust tips are glowing red hot. And one of the BMWs is in the wall. That was the 82 of Crazy Face. And that's free practice done. Oh, and Mel currently in P1 with the top 10 closely following behind within a second. We'll see if we can translate this to his to qualifying, or if somebody else can pull something out of the bag. It's just on board with Connor in the Aston Martin. Ultimately, just waiting for everyone to come across the finish line, and Connor is the last one. Stale has to come across the finish line. And that should... Yep, there you go.
Green light, go, go, go.
Green light, go, go, go. Who's going to be the first one out of the pit lane? Who's going to be the first one to drive? Let's have a look. Ooh, I see a Honda. That must be first order Finn. He went out very quickly. Let's have a look. Game sound, hello? I currently do not have any game sound. Music is working. Hold on. Should be working. Hold on. Uno momento. Let me just try and fix this. I'm sadly going to have to close the game. My apologies. I do not have any game sound, which is really weird. I'll put on some music for you guys. Whilst we load back in. Hello, hello, my Mr. Klozowski. I am currently trying to get back into the game because I had no game sound. And as a spectator, you can't leave. Let me just hide my screen real quick. Sorry. Need to put in the spectator password.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Oh, Mike GT. Hello, hello. Now this, and then I should be able to. Hold on. I had this before. There we go, and then I can return to garage. Oh, this game is so like glitch free. It's amazing. There we go. Finally fixed. All right. As you can see, it is very busy on track. Let me just show you on the big track map right there how busy it is on track. Very, very busy. So we're currently on board with Flying From, who has a clear track in front of him. And looking at the standings, this is your championship leader. Sadly, Mike, you're not here today. You're currently in 13th in the championship. As FTRL Blue Flag sets currently the fastest lap. Following closely behind Dr. Clax and OM Melk with exactly the same time. That's something you don't see every day. This, of course, being a very, very technical track, so if you get it right, you're going to be rapid, but if you don't, oof. I foresee quite a few spins happening here. This lap from Frome looking quite tasty, quite stable. Let's see what time he can come up with. Good luck with your packing, don't forget anything. As Frome shoots up to P2. Very nice job, very well done. As we see number 15 rounding the final corner. You know what? We're just gonna drive on board with him on his flying lap. Braking for that first corner. He's up a 10th on his best time. As he's currently sitting in a 145.645. Oh, that was a little bit of a slide, but he managed to get it. Managed to save it. Lost 2/10 in the process. Still a little bit slidey. His tires must be not the best. Coming up to the chicane. How much curb is he gonna take? Ooh. Taking a little bit of the sausage curb, unsettling the car a little bit. Winning back a little bit of his time that he lost though. Oh, he probably had a moment there in his previous fastest lap because he just won like 2/10 there. Still very close with his personal best. As you can see in the top, only 8 minutes of qualifying left. After this lap, we're going to have a look at. He is not going to improve, sadly. What a shame. as we see Bozzy, or Bozlad in the Discord. Is he going to be able to improve on his time? And, or he might be setting up for a new fast lap, to be fair, but he's got Dr. Clax behind him, who is very quick. And like I said, in free practice, Flying Foam might pull something out of the bag. And look at that. That top 4. Less than 300ths of a second separating the top 4 right now. Around a circuit that is 1 minute 44 long. Very impressive. And regardless, the whole field only separated by 2.8 seconds. With, of course, a few drivers not having set a lap yet. Somebody just went off. That was Bozzy. Yellow flag. Yeah. Yeah, Dr. Clag's, yeah. Yeah, he was sick. He said he was going to drive, but I think it does him really well because he's driving better than he was before. So he's currently just driving slowly, probably just trying to I don't know actually what he's doing, why he's driving so slow, maybe trying to create a gap. Both apprentice boys, Luke and I don't actually know who Jay is, trying to get better lap times like last week, I must say. But it seems like they are close, but not yet on par. As Dr. Clag starts his run, can he beat Mr. Blue Flag? He only needs to improve by a literal hair. But so does the entire top 4. You can see that certain packs are starting to form, like top 4, then basically up until top 13. Then we have the people right now at the bottom are also quite close to each other, so that should be a good battle as well. And if you look at the standings, I believe everybody gets points, so it doesn't matter where you finish. You always get points, and that's the great thing about ACC, or about our ACC league, is that you get points. Oh, Flying Foam with the fastest lap. I was not looking. Now, the question is, can these drivers improve or not? Can they beat Flying Foam's time? Because he surely is flying. And Dr. Clax does not improve. He surely is going to go back into the pits. Yep. As you see, after our Blue Flag currently on a quick lap, I think. Yeah, McLaren, lovely to see that so many different brands are just like so close to each other. Or maybe after our Blue Flag is actually now getting to a fast lap, I think that might be the case. As Dr. Clags comes back out of the pits. Flying Foam staying in the pits, probably thinking, that's my best lap, can't do any better. as FTR Blue Flag is on a fast lap. Let's have a look down the order. We've got top 4 separated by less than a tenth. And we've got quite a close midfield pack of about 8 to 9 drivers separated by 7 tenths. Then the rest of the field is also really close by each other. Only separated by a second as well. All in all, if you don't make mistakes, should be a good finish. And chat, don't remember, hydrate. It's quite hot, so remember to drink enough water. As Blue Flag gets on the power and on the brakes again for that last corner, will he be able to improve? And he does not improve. Oh my, oh my. There's only one more chance for these drivers. And Dr. Klax is having problems with his tires. They're not warm enough. And he only has one more chance as well. Dr. Klax on his final run. FTR Blue Flag on his final run. Oh, Malk on his final run. Jay Prentice coming in with a really good lap, seeing as he improved by quite a lot. Now, will other drivers be able to beat him on that? As Counterpillar now comes across the line for the... He can actually still start a new lap. So will he be able to improve on this lap, or is he going to go once more? And he does not improve, so he has to go once again. First order Finn, currently on a fast lap. Disconnected halfway through. Most people now in the pits. Number 70 coming across the line soon. Junkie Sport, can he still improve? Can he improve his grid slot? Yes, he can. Number 49 coming across the finish line soon. FJL Blue Flag, can he improve? He does not improve. Dr. Klax, still on the back. Mr. Cablo, can he improve? Mr. Cablo does improve. 2 grid spots up. Number 65, that's Blue Mosquito if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. Can he improve? P10 is now on Dr. Klax, the number 23 car, which is First Order Finn, and number 24, of course, the best number, Counterpillar. And Blue Flag does not... Oh, actually, Klax just outright beats everyone. 3/10. What a lap. What a lap, ladies and gentlemen. Whew! Did not expect that. I was like, oh, it's going to be maybe a tenth quicker, you know, but 3/10? That should make for an interesting race, but he probably tried every single thing to get that lap. As we wait for the race to start. Well, it looks like we'll be... oh, I got a trophy. As it looks like we'll be on this POV real quick. Because, of course, we can't change anything. Because the game still doesn't allow for a good spectator mode, but that doesn't matter. As soon as we cross the line, I will change it. And of course, everybody trying to drop out of the garages or out of the setup screen as late as possible, so your tires don't cool down as much. And thing is, now we can also actually look behind us. So I think this is actually perfect because now I have full control over the first grid spots. All right. As you can see, everybody lining up. Anxiously waiting to start this 1 hour race at 10 p.m. And of course, a rolling start with Assetto Corsa, which is the norm. You can see Frome has gone out of his setup screen. Drivers behind as well. When they switch on their full lights. There we go, there's more coming. People need to make sure to turn on their lights, otherwise you get a penalty. There's the full lights. It's going to be very bright. There's OMLK. Some lights are very much brighter than the others. So we wait for the final people, and we are off. Oh, Dr. Clack's almost messing it up. Need to stay in those grid spots up to the line, and then they can go around 65, 70 kilometers an hour. And away we go. Now away we go. Who's got the better start here? Let's have a look. Is somebody going to try it down the inside? I see Prentice Boys in the middle there. 3 wide. Oh, and somebody went... Oh, somebody is really lagging a lot. As blue flag, try something around the outside. Of course, cold tires. Dr. Clack's keeping it down the inside. As we now look behind us. Doesn't look like this. And Dr. Clack's already has a nice little gap. As we now return to the garage, so we can watch everybody else. As we see Crazy Face with a drive-through. Oh no. No big crashes yet, as we can see on the minimap. Switch to this overlay. There we go. Now let's see. This is all so close. Of course, this is mostly single file because, well, you can't really overtake here, can you? Let's have a look behind this long train. Mr. Bozzy. Somebody's driving without lights? Or it looks like they have no rear lights, but they do. Lee Cole in the only AMG. That's really interesting. And then, of course, we look down the straight. Oh, First Order Finn has a little moment. Almost going into the pit lane. And now will Blue Mosquito be pressured? No, he will not. So we look towards the front, so we can see that Connor was pressuring Jay Prentice. It's almost a repeat of last week. These two. We'll probably still remember those car noises, and you can see Counterpillar just right in the back there, wanting to get past as number 82 clears his drive-through. Oh, there's a peek down the inside. Connor leaves him space, and Counterpillar is on the inside. A little bit of contact. Now who's going to back out? Or are they both not going to back out? Oh, that Sasha curb was not kind to Counterpillar. As Jay Prentice grabs a little bit of grass. The Ferrari seeming pretty good on this track. Counterpillar again with the slightly better pace. as you can see, oh, a little bit of grass cutting. Doesn't matter. Every car is a lawnmower sometimes. Caterpillar just trying to look for every move. He knows he's quicker. He wants to get past. Connor is having none of it. Will it happen on this straight then? As we can see, that flying foam is closer, but that McLaren is so quick in a straight line. He's not able to get past. As everybody piles on, and Connor a little bit late on the brakes. Will Caterpillar be able to have a little move or have a little look? Was still on the outside. Cannot seem to get past. So we have WTR going by Bozzy down the inside. Or rather defending, if I look at the position right now. Keeping good position. Oh, a little moment. And Bozzy obviously will capitalize from that. Or will WTR be able to keep the place? He keeps the place. What a save. Oh, and Bozzy lunges it. Slight contact. WTR gaining an advantage on track. Unsure if he'll be getting a flag for that.
The pit is now open.
Pit lane is now open as we watch from Hister. Maybe he can do something to maybe fake out Bozzy. Oh no, slight contact between Junkie and oh no, there's a very good sportsmanlike behavior there, but oof. Junkie Sport with a slight contact. What an unfortunate set of events. That is not great. So see the number 15. Oh, and he outbreaks the Ferrari. The McLaren from Pinocchio actually showing a little bit of damage at the rear. Probably has had a little bit of contact. Wondering how much that will affect his performance of his car. So we move back to the front where Owen Malk is really close to Flying From, who is in turn really close to Blue Flag. But they cannot seem to get past each other because the pace is just so good. And Blue Flag has a terrible exit. There was some slight desync problems there, as Blue Flag is being a lawnmower right now. Oh, so unfortunate. So we watch with L Prentice. Trying to close in on both the FTRL guys now. A little bit wide. Hasn't hurt nobody yet. That McLaren probably sustained some damage because he's not going through the corners as quick as he was before. Being so close to each other. Will the slipstream help, or will somebody have too much downforce? Rom Elson in that draft. Blue Flag going for the protection on the inside and the switchback. There it is. Now who will have the better run? I think Rom Elson will have the better run. Now Blue Flag will have to watch for the Ferrari from Luke. Oh my, oh my. Brake a little late and you're gone. You see it here once again. This Caterpillar, again, really close to Connor. Just can't seem to get past, and that was, I think, a recurring theme looking at Brands Hatch last week, where, I don't know, people just couldn't seem to get past Connor. Last week it was Owen. Owen's now, luckily for him, further up the field, but my oh my. As we see number 171 in the pits, probably going for an early pit stop. As Caterpillar outbrakes himself a little bit, that gives Connor a little bit of breathing room. And I see further down the grid that WTR has some people really close to him. Pinocchio. Oh, Pinocchio with a little bit of a slide. Now will Misi Misai be able to capitalize on this? Oh, another little slide. I don't think he will be able to. Let's have a little look down the order. Still a very close battle. Dr. Clags, not really going too far ahead of Flying Chrome. He's got the pace locked in, but still winning a few tenths per lap. Now when we look further down the order, and we're looking at, say, the 24 of Caterpillar, where most of the action seems to happen, it seems like Connor has caught up to Jay Prentice a little bit. Let's see what he can do. Maybe Rom Elson can close the gap due to this little scrap they're having. As we see number 14, sadly, a little bit off track. Cablo tries to go past. Oh my, oh my. That's not really a clean coming back on the track. Cablo is now under pressure from Junkie Sport. Junkie Sport not having a good time. Probably has some damage. Oh my, oh my. As was Pinocchio close to Cablo. I saw that wrong. Pinocchio just not having the greatest time of his life. He's sliding around. A little bit of contact with the inside wall, going a little bit too high on the curb. Now will he be able to... oh. Cablo is really quick with that thing. The Bentley is quick in a straight line. As Caterpillar actually has a drive-through, probably extending the corners too much. That is not great for his championship or in his race result positions. As Pinocchio and Cablo now side by side. Cablo having the inside line. Will Pinocchio be able to do something about it? I'm keeping a look at that timer in the top. Oh, Cablo has a little moment. Pinocchio tries to go down the inside. Gets the position. Gets the move done. But now he cannot afford a slide. Otherwise, Cablo will squeeze past again. Oh, and Caterpillar going in for his drive-through. Very smart. This will free up Connor to hopefully get a little bit closer to Jay Prentice. We see that Flying From and OML are slightly upping the pace a little bit, seeing as they're getting closer to Dr. Clax. Now the question is where they Caterpillar. Caterpillar did not. They did do a pit stop and not a drive-through. That's very interesting. He did... Oh, he cleared his drive... Huh? Why did he stop? Was it like a penalty? I'm unsure. We're switching back to OML, whom is now very close to Flying Chrome. OML, of course, topping the timing sheets during free practice. So we know he has the pace. That BMW looking so stable. This corner is now also... Oh, that's a little bit too much grass, I think. As the number 74 is now really close as well to J. Prentice. But Owen being so close to Froome might give him a run down the straight unless that Porsche is just really quickly down the straight. He leaves a little bit too much room. Now how close is Connor? Connor has a great exit. He's flashing his lights. Signaling, I want to get past. Let me pass now. And he tries it down the inside. Gets the car stopped early enough. Who has the better run down to T2? Braking a little bit later. Trying to... Yeah, I figured. J. Prentice walking off that inside went really nicely. A job well done. As we look for Lee Cole, trying to win that position back from Missy Macy. And Pinocchio now also coming in for the scrap. Better exit than Lee Cole. Lee Cole very smart. Yeah, very nice fight from Connor, indeed. But also a very nice fight with in the midfield. Like I said before, with such a close field, like so many small packs, it's always action-packed, this field. Now let's have a look, because I have a feeling that this might be close again. We have the 9 and the 37 and the 18. And the 18 is Owen Malk. Yes. And we have this fight really close behind. Whilst Connor might try to get down the inside once again. I think he's just a little bit too far away. Might try to do something on the braking. Try to just get a better exit. Still flashing his lights. Trying to... break J. Prentice's concentration as number 24 is off. As the number 171, Valron, goes by to let the top 3 pass. Very sportsmanlike. As we look over here, where Cablo passed by Lee Cole. Lee Cole slowly falling a little bit back. Cablo has a little bit of a moment. As Valron just lost it a little bit. Sadly, everyone has now passed him. I skipped a little bit too far, but it doesn't matter, because this is what I wanted to see. Blue Mosquito trailing Rom Elson and El Prentice. This is becoming a spicy fight for P7. That Lamborghini sounding so nice. I'm switching back because this is a really close. Connor closed up that gap really tightly. And will he go down the inside? No, he will not. He sees that there's not enough space. Connor must be tired of being in the dirty air and wants to just open the gas. Let me grab her a sip of water. We might see the move happen here. Finally, it's taken so many laps. J-Print is covering off that inside. Has, of course, the racing line. Corner is so hard to overtake. Valorant getting another dive through. We're 15 going into the pits for an early pit stop, or well, slightly earlier than the rest. Let's have a little look at our leaders. Dr. Clax now only has 1.2 seconds to flying from. In turn only has 6/10 to OML, but OML seemingly can't get past. That BMW just does not have the straight line speed as we go back to Connor because, well, this is where the fight is realistically. I've been looking at the times and FTR Blue Flag is coming closer and closer. He's regained his pace a little bit. He's gotten loose from El Prentice and Rom Elson. Now slowly catching back up. If we have a look, we can see that he's got them in his sights now, whereas previously he was just multiple corners away, as you can see with El Prentice. That's what free track will do to you. As Bozzy and Junkie Sport are really close together. Junkie Sport going a little bit deep in the corner. Now the question is, will Bozzy be able to keep that place? Leaves space, of course you can see it on his radar. Junkie Sport coming back. Slide contact. That doesn't matter. And Frome has taken up the pace because all of a sudden he's closed down that gap from 1.2 seconds to almost nothing, and OML cannot keep up the pace. Frome putting the pressure on Clax. I'm looking right now and I don't see Counterpillar. Maybe he disconnected. Frome putting that pressure on Clax. While Connor, of course, putting the pressure on Jay Prentice because, well, this is a scrap that will just go on for days and days and days at this point. Question is, who will have the better pit stop? Because I think that will be deciding whoever, needs to get the least amount of fuel. That person will come out on top. Frome in the Porsche, trying to get close to Dr. Clax. Bozzy and Junkie Sport both going at it again. Connor really still sitting on Jay Prentice's ass. Now the question is, who will go in first, or will they go in at the same lap? Because we are nearing halfway through the race, which means that most people will be pitting. Question is, who will pit first? As Connor tries to do something down the inside. Now has the outside for the corner. Jay Prentice pushes him nice and wide, but still he can have a little bit of switchback. Who will have the better exit? Connor actually has a little bit of a better exit. But will the Bentley be faster in a straight line? And it looks like he will. Jay Prentice covering off that inside line perfectly. Honestly, if I were to race, I would not appreciate being behind Jay Prentice because you just can't get past. It's just not possible. Oh, and Dr. Clax has a little bit of a moment. Now blue flag is right behind him. A fight we've seen in the beginning of the race. This has given Jay Prentice a little bit of breathing air. But the McLarens seem to slide around a lot. So he's now almost already lost the advantage that he had. And Connor is slowly trying to build back the time lost. He's now with only a second behind. As I look towards number 15, I think that is. Yes, right in front of 23. We have both Ferraris, WTR and MEC. Actually, that's WTR and Ron. Oh, that's not Ron Nelson. That's. Oh, that's Pinocchio. Actually, a lap behind, but already done a pit stop. And we see number 18 going for the pit stop. Owen Malcolm, where will he come out? Probably a lap behind. But he is now in the pit lane. Going for the early pit stop. See if the undercut works. Who knows? And again, Connor. You can see he's quicker than Jay Prentice, but he just can't get past. Just cannot get past. Oh, Malk now dropping down the order. But has cleared his pit stop. Coming out in 9th. Which is actually very good business for him. Actually 11th. 12th, I think the timing screens are not really updated. As you can see, all those cars are going to end up behind the 82, so that's P17 it's going to end up at. Well, oh, and Hister going out of the way for the battle for P3. Very sportsmanlike. Connor still close, but that Bentley. Ooh, a little bit of a mistake by Prentice. They're now alongside going down the final straight. Who will have to pass the car? Bentley seems to be slightly quicker down the straight, but they're still almost alongside. And Connor finally being passed, but now the question is, will Jay Prentice be able to get back? Or will he just fall back? Or will he come under pressure from blue flag, as blue flag now is quite close again. So you see the number 11, Bozzy, side by side with Lee Cole. Lee Cole probably did not have a good exit. Both on the brakes. Bozzy lets him by. Not what I expected. Connor now in P3. all this scrapping and has caused them to lose over 3 seconds, because it was 10 seconds earlier. As Jay Prentice has a little bit of a moment now. Will Blue Flag be able to catch up a little bit? Who will go into the pit lane first? It seems like Clax and
At the halfway mark, still a long way to go.
Frome are now so close that Frome is thinking about a move. Going around the outside. Trying to cut back. Early in the power. Sadly not being able to make it. But it seems like Frome's oh, and El Prentice is into the pit lane. Now the question is, where will El Prentice come out compared to Owen Malk? Owen Malk, the number 18, you see him entering the last sector right now. He'll probably come out ahead of the number 43 car. But the question is, how far ahead? You can see Connor has completely pulled loose. Finally can unleash his pace. As we have a few more cars entering the pit lane. Which you'll see in a moment. The number 11 and the number 82, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Bozzy and Crazy Face. Owen Malk passes El Prentice. As number 43 comes out of the pit lane right now. Same goes for the number 11, or is he just not in his... Yeah, well, his pit box is really far down the pit lane. Flying Frome again, being really close to Dr. Clax. Will he be able to do something down the straight right now? Early on the power. Dr. Clax having slightly better traction. A little bit later braking from Frome. Trying to close that gap a little bit. But Dr. Clax, of course, getting a little bit better traction out of the corner. Number 11 comes out of the pit lane. And Jay Prentice is in the pit lane. Whilst the people around him, Connor and Blue Flag, did not. As Frome loses out a little bit of time. So go looking towards the 99 car of Hister. Who's now actively fighting number 11 and number 10 car. Whom are from Bozzy and Romelson. Romelson not having pitted yet. So Romelson actually trying to get past them because they are lapped cars. Question is, how is he going to do that? Surely they'll have, yep, there's the blue flags. Now Bozzy will want to get this done as soon as possible. Oh, a little bit of contact. Bozzy lets him go fine. The question is, can Bozzy connect to this? Or let himself get pulled, but I don't think that's going to happen. We have number 23, Finn, closely followed by WGR. And Frome and Clax still not pitting. They're probably going to wait for somebody to pull the trigger. Either one of them. Jay Prentice ahead of Lee Cole and Junkie Sport before the pit lane. As Valorant is off again, sadly. So we have the number 70, I think. Yup. Scrapping with Owen Malk, who has already done his pit stop, obviously. Already overtaken one car. Now gonna try and overtake Lee Cole. Coming from quite far back. Lee Cole leaves the space, but it's just not enough. Will he try it again here? He really wants to get past, even though these guys have not pitted yet. Just wait for the straight. But he does not. Lee Cole hangs on in the inside. As Cablo goes into the pit lane. A little bit of scrap here. Owen Malk may be able to do something down the inside of the corner. But that Merc is strong in a straight line, and Milk sends it. Going a little deep. Now Lee Cole will be able to have the better exit for the switchback. Or does he? That BMW has crazy traction. Milk obviously trying to get back to Jay Prentice. Seeing as though he's 8 seconds behind now. Which is not good for him. He needs to get that gap down because he was really close to them. And he was actually ahead of Jay Prentice. So he's been hurt by that traffic a lot. Let's have a look down the order then, shall we? We have Rom Elson in the pits right now, along with the number 14 car. Who's the number 14 car? Oh, that's Missy. Yeah, okay. So Rom Elson is now going to get ahead out of the pit lane, just behind Lee Cole and Junkie Sport. So he'll be rejoining ahead of El Prentice, which is very good for him, because it was in a scrap earlier with them. Yep, there you go. There's your updated timing schedules. And the top two still not going in. Top three still not going in. Now will the top four go in? No. They really are waiting till late. Have they seen that the overcut it might be really strong? Blue Mosquito also not pitting yet. Now the question is, First Order Finn and WTR, will you pit? No. Okay. Then we look towards Jay Prentice and Owen Melk, and you can see that Owen Melk has actually already cut down 2 seconds of that 8-second gap that he had. I don't know in how many laps, but that's pretty impressive. As they currently are on 21 laps driven. And again, closest battle on track is for the lead, just like last week. Now we have the number 43 probably spun off, now waiting for everyone to pass by, which is unfortunate for El Prentice. Probably overcooked his tires. You can see him struggle. He's going into the pits again, probably for... Oh no! He drove straight into the barrier. What has happened there? Oh my, oh my. What an unfortunate set of events. He has got a lot of damage, as you can see. If we go on board with him, we can see that yeah, he has broken something there. That is not going well. Trying to make it into the pit box. And he makes it. Now we look further, as these guys have not pitted yet. There's only 20 minutes left, so the question is, when will these guys pit? Normally, Blue Mosquito is known for pitting quite early, daring strategies, but that's not going to happen, I don't think. Yeah, that was really unfortunate, wasn't it, Mike? Yeah. It was also really unfortunate that I caught it on camera. As the leader goes into the pit lane, finally! Now Flying Foam can stretch his legs, and the pit window is open for only 15 more minutes, or 14 minutes, I must say. But seeing Clax pull the plug, that means that Connor is now into the pit lane, whilst Blue Mosquito still goes. Or, Blue Flag, rather. The question is, will... No! Oh, okay. Blue Mosquito does not go. Does W2R go? He does not go. First Order Finn does not go. Yeah, Mike, actually, it was a Ferrari again that spun and then hit the middle barrier. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with the Ferraris, but that does not bode well for Dr. Clax, who is already coming out of the pits. That was very quick. That was a quick pit stop. If we look down the order right now, we see that Frome comes up to Valron, whom he will have to clear. Valron just stays off track nicely. Now the question is, will he pit? And yes, he does. No, he does not. Frome does not pit. Well, that wasn't a Ferrari, but really unfortunate. He wanted to pit, and that probably cost him a little bit of time. Let's have a little look then, shall we? We see that Connor is now... Oh, Jay Prentice is now pressuring Connor. Looks like Jay Prentice is on fresh tires much, much quicker. The question is, will he be able to get past? As well as Owen Malk closing the gap again. He's already 3.6 seconds behind. He's already shaved off 5 seconds. With only 6 people left to pit and 16 minutes to go, who knows what will happen? Will Dr. Clax have the undercut over Frome, or will the overcut be really strong? Who knows? As you can see, number 37 coming into the final sector right now, and the number 9 is just entering sector 2, so will that be enough time for Frome, or will he be on a big, big time loss? And after pit stops, you can see that everybody is spread out a little bit. As Lee Cole takes his pit stop now. A very late one. And Frome finally with the pit stop. FGRL Blue Flag, will he be able to go into the pits right now, or will he... He goes for another lap. He's like, I'm doing it again. Now the question will be, will Blue Mosquito go? He won't. Dr. Clax. Coming around the final corner right now. Frome has the last pit box, of course. And he's back on his feet. Dr. Clack's coming down straight right now. Flying Frome. The overcut is strong, ladies and gentlemen. He, of course, is on fresh tire. Actually, I don't know if he's changed his tires. But he's on a little bit of fresh fuel. Last splash and dash. And he does have a few seconds. And a few cars in between. Very nicely done from Blue Mosquito. And I don't know why he just now slowed down. But he left Frome by, probably because he got blue flags, which is a little bit weird. It's probably the blue flags for Rom Elson. No. Who's that Audi then? Was it Bozzy? Yeah, it was. No, it wasn't. Huh? Who's driving by him from? Oh, the number 15. It was Pinocchio. This car looks so much like Rom Elson's Audi. Alright then. We have Dr. Clax, who is not doing too well on his post-pit stop tires. Whereas Connor now being under pressure from Jay Prentice and soon to be Owen Malk. Surely Blue Flag and Blue Mosquito, WTR and Finn have to pit soon. Surely. And I think Blue Mosquito is in the pit lane right now. Yes, he is. A very late pit stop this time. Now the question is, will Owen or JP be able to do something against Connor? Because they're gonna obviously get 3 places, most likely. Yes, they will, because Blue Mosquito is still in the pit lane, and he's on his way right now. Number 10, Rom Elson, coming past the finish line right now. That's who Blue Mosquito is going to be fighting. Now he sees him come out of the pit lane. He will have the warm tires, so how will this traction be? Rom Elson trying to get past Blue Mosquito, who's on somewhat colder tires, or should be at least. There's only 7 more minutes left in the pit window, 12 minutes left in the race. As Blue Mosquito seems to have a little bit better pace coming out of the gate. And this is what I wanted to look at, because maybe Pinocchio can do something against Junkie Sport. The McLaren has great extra straight line speed. Now the question is, yeah, Junkie Sport has outbraked himself. Now will Bozzy be able to capitalize from this as well? It looks like he won't be. Junkie's still trying to cover that move off, just in case. Now realistically, this is the fight for P3, with Owen having a little bit of a moment, costing him a few tenths. Frome right now can stretch his legs, Dr. Clax being 5 seconds, and 3 cars. Oh, there was a little scrap between Bozzy and Junkie Sport, and that did not go well. Both went off track, and that gives Dr. Clax a great opportunity to go past these 2 cars. And now only number 15 is in his way before he can see Frome driving. as number 6 and 14 are fighting. That Ferrari is very quick in a straight line. Now who has the better traction? I think it might be Missy. Yes, it is. Will he be able to get it done around the outside though? Probably gonna try and go for the switchback. Lee Cole covers it off nicely. His first order Finn and Blue Flag go into the pit lane. With only 4 minutes left on the clock. And actually, Blue Flag is already coming back out of the pit lane. And he will be quite a bit ahead of Connor. The overcut paying off massively here. He went and did a really late pit stop. Just overtaken Owen, Jay Prentice, and Connor. Now for Finn, this also be really good business because he will be fighting for P10 when he comes out. Might have that in the bag actually, which is really good because he was further up the order. As we see number 43 trying to get past Misamai. Prentice after his pit stop trying to get back some of the positions he lost, even though he's a lap behind. Lee Cole having a little bit of problems with his tires. Dr. Clack slowly but surely reeling from him, but I don't think it will be enough. He's not gaining enough per lap. So we look towards number 70. With Bozzy really close behind him, and Bozzy does not have the greatest exit out of this corner. And then the 2 cars behind here, Hister and Cablo, seems that Cablo just has that straight line speed in that Bentley. Yep. That straight line speed in that Bentley is just very strong. Let's have a look. We have number 6 and 4. These two, Missy and Lee Cole, still really close by. Now, Owen Malk and Jay Prentice lost a little bit of time to Connor. I'm now waiting for the next timing screen. Yeah, Dr. Clax is just not winning enough time. Unless Frank Frome makes a mistake. This is Frome has this in the bag. Yeah, Owen needs to push, but you've seen before in this race how hard Jay Prentice can make it to overtake, and that Bentley sure isn't slow on the straights. So where else are you going to overtake? Oh, that was a little bit turning in too quickly, and that might have just cost him the overtake. Just been a little bit more patient, he would have gotten it. As Bozzy finally goes past Junkie Sport. Oh no, Junkie Sport outbrakes himself. And Bozzy goes off track. Oh my, oh my. What an unfortunate set of events. Now the fight for P5 comes by. He probably has a little bit of damage. Oh my, Junkie Sport. That was really good for Cablo though, because he just squeezed by both of those guys. As we look towards Dr. Clax, he is actually trying to get past the BMW, and that's Crazy Face's BMW P13. He actually has done a great job.
Window is closing down.
Everybody pitted. Pit window closed. Very nice. Crazy Face actually pretty good redemption race, I must say. Dr. Clax, as he comes across the line, 3.9 seconds. It does not seem like it will be enough. As Missy has gone by Lee Cole. Ooh, and L Prentice gets a drive-through in one of the final laps for a for track limits. This track, of course, being quite harsh on the track limits, because you what am I saying? Because you can drift out wide quite easily in these cars. Traction isn't the greatest. Dr. Clax now putting on the pressure, winning half a second in the last minute. Connor getting close to blue flag, completely gotten loose from Jay Prentice and Owen, and now blue flag having a little bit of trouble. Will Connor be able to overtake blue flag for that podium position in the last 3 minutes of this race? Looking at where Frome is right now, that should be 2 or 3 more laps. Connor flashing his lights, he wants to get past, and blue flag really not having a good time with these tires. Connor being patient. Oh, so patient. Trying to stay close to blue flag to be able to get the slipstream on down the straight, but that McLaren is pretty quick. So you can see a little bit of desync, the yo-yoing. He's going to be braking way later, trying to go down the outside. Obviously, blue flag entitled to the racing line, but we'll kind of try out something down the outside right now. Sadly, it will not be enough. And there was a little yellow flag. I don't see who it was from. But we keep watching as Dr. Clax now actually is putting on the pressure way more. Actually, he does not. He had a little bit of a moment, otherwise it would have been 10 seconds. Oh, slight contact. Both slowed down a little bit. As Connor now tries down the inside, outside. Junkie Sport getting a drive-through for track limits in the last minutes of the race. Connor with the better run-up.
Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
Leader on the final lap. Flashing night. It truly is, but this scrapping away has made it that these 4 cars going into the final lap of the race are now within a second of each other. The question will be, who will be able to get by who? They're all just flashing their lights as it is the oh, Connor avoids a crash in the final lap of the race. Luckily, I must add. Will anybody be able to force a move? Meanwhile, Frome has this in the bag, surely. Unless he crashes. Commentator's curse? Anyone? Drive-through cleared for Junkie Sport. Connor having a little bit of a better run, but you can't overtake here. That's the problem. It's so hard to overtake through this middle sector. Coming up to a little bit of traffic. Valorant not having the greatest race of his life. Oh, and he goes off. And Frome finishes the race in P1. Well done, Dr. Clax in P2, and who will get the top of the last place of the podium? Connor now really wants to get this place. Blue flag defending for all of his life, trying to cover him off. And blue flag gets the 3rd place. Jay Prentice, Connor, Owen could not beat blue flag strategy here. Blue Mosquito crossing in 7th. Romelson 8th. First order Finn still on lead lap. Crossing in P9. Closely followed by WTR. What a fight for P3. Indeed. Indeed. The whole race just a fight for P3 and of course for P1 as well. But the fight for P3 was insane. Then we have Junkie Sport finishing in P17 and Bozzy in the pit lane. Meaning that we will have to wait, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody just went straight into that wall. Hister doing a little bit of a burnout. Just going to screenshot this. So everybody has now finished the race. From extending the lead in the championship. Dr. Clax reeling a little bit of the points back. Blue flag P3. Connor, Jay Prentice, and Owen Malk trying to do damage control, but they had to fight for it, fight for their positions. And we could see that normally the undercut is good, but on Hungaroring, the overcut is oh so mighty. Romelson P7, First Order Finn in P8, WTR in P9, and rounding out the top 10 is Misi to Mizai. And you know what? That leads me to the end of this stream. Tune in tomorrow. As you can see, tomorrow, Thursday, we have our Formula 1 tiers, tier 1, 3, and 5 at Great Britain. Then on Saturday, we have our GT7 spec. Sunday, tiers 2 and 4, and from Formula 1. And then next week, again, Monday and Tuesday. And Wednesday, I'll be here again. See you next week. Bye-bye.
So why wait for tomorrow when all we promised is today? We got swimming numbers, we don't know how powerful we are. One by one we knock walls down until there's none at all. We gotta rise